And guys, here we go, it's game 3 now. Again, for those who are not here, semi-finals of Shanghai. Best game I have ever seen. Riftbound. The Omega Zero is probably the best player I have ever seen. Now that's a tough start because his opponent chooses a Catalyst on first turn, which means it will be at 8 runes on turn 2 and will already threaten a Dead Bloom. So this little, he can threaten here, he can threaten Dead Bloom, and this little Raven Bloom will not be able to hold anything. So he's on the back foot on first turn. The fact that his opponent had the Obelisk of Power puts it at 4 runes already. And that's what I was talking about during game 2. Another holding battlefield, another counter to Aurora. His game plan was so well thought. I'm not sure, but I feel like any other player would have not deserved the win. And he will not go on a battlefield because he does not want to enable an easy Dead Bloom. So of course his opponent will go with 7 Master Yi on the holding battlefield. But he can deal with Master Yi, I think. And yeah, it's hard, we didn't see exactly his hand, but I think he has an unyielding spirit, and that's that card, because as I talked about during the second game, he has 2 Icatian Rain in his main deck, and he take them out, went for puts them in the side deck and gets them out of here. And now he's going with Darius against the Master Yi. He's at 10, and his opponent goes up to 10 might with this Vanguard, but he knows he already played around that, and he has the Stupefy, and now his opponent used an Vanguard, and that went to waste, but yeah, it's dead. And now he could conquer with Kesa, he could get a draw, but no, what is he doing? He's protecting himself again from Dead Bloom plus Vanguard. And again, his opponent is in a tough spot. And it's been like that for the 2 first games, and it's still like this. Perfect control of the game. Kesa is a conquer deck, and he's using it differently. He's not using it as an holding deck, he's using it to counter every single move from his opponent. This guy is saying, RNG does not exist for me, you can top deck anything you want, I'll play around that. Of course it doesn't work all the time. We saw that his opponent got the second game, but it does a lot of damage. And yeah, counting everything again, every possibility for next turn. His opponent will have so many runes to play with. Yeah, that's 11. So at this point, he has to play around everything possible. Dead Bloom, Discipline, Vanguard, anything. And I think in this case, he tends to retreat everything so that his opponent cannot go directly on the battlefield with the Dead Bloom. And it's hard to play him in base, and the Yi is already gone, so that's like one play that's out. So he needs to have another Fey Folk to be able to have a good turn, basically, or a lot of little units. Darius Noxus of full and back with everything. Now, if you get a Dead Bloom, he can't do anything. So of course he's going to capture the Faithful, and you don't even mind Faithful dying because you're going to trade it with some units. Probably he's going to do his job, and you'll just get one draw. The Death Knell will activate, and it chooses. And now he chooses to go on the other battlefield because he knows Kai'Sa needs more runes than him right now. So if she wants to reconquer and to not give points and or tempo to his opponent, he needs, I say she sometimes because I say Kai'Sa, he needs to go for the other battlefield. And he knows he's protecting always his units. So, and now that's what I was talking about. He has to develop Dead Bloom into the nothingness. Now, 9 rules to play with. That's Seinen, and you still keep something for a potential a retreat. He played his Kai'Sa so that he could get a draw and see what play he had. And he can still protect the Kai'Sa. He can still do a lot of things. Still taking so much time to be aware of all of his opponent's possible plays. And I think he has 2 Seinen by now. So now, -3 on the Faithful. He can easily get a +2. +4 would be not easy for him. He's protecting the Kai'Sa from the Dead Bloom plus potential discipline and or something else. He plays Darius into the Faithful, that's at 4. He uses the Stupefy to enable Darius, to give him 7 might and to put even more the Faithful on the back foot. And now, of course, the Deny will be used. And by using the Seinen on to defend directly the point, it did not have to accelerate it. And so it keeps 1 more rune that it does not recycle, and it keeps 1 more mana for this turn, which gives him more possibilities. So right now both units are at 5. Because the Darius is not unable. If you play a card but it's defied, it is not counted as played. So Ravenbloom or Darius do not get the benefit of it. But if you play it on a unit that is on the Dreaming Tree, it's target unit, so it already activates, and even if it's defied, it still counts. He will just accept to sacrifice the Ravenbloom because he knows he has other plays behind, and he wants to conquer the battlefield and to start scoring points, putting pressure. And it's one of the rare cases where he does that. But he knows he already has so much units. He is protected from Deadbloom plus Engard, and he cannot protect himself from double Deadbloom, which is why at this point he's going to do a really interesting play. His opponent played the Sabotage, and he will instantly use the retreat so that he can directly his opponent cannot discard it, recycle it, because now it's recycled, and he can protect his Seinen, his Watcher, from and use it again. And his opponent now knows that there are two Seinen, and he has to deal with the pressure of it. And now he's starting to think, he's starting to see that the game is slipping away. The pressure is insane, guys. If you saw the prize money and the cards, and there was even a ring for this tournament, it was crazy. You can understand that they're under so much pressure. Riot China did not take things easy for that national. And now the Ravenbloom got him 2 points, and that's why he used it. He knew that it was unlikely that his opponent had another Ravenbloom, another Deadbloom, even if it was possible, and took the risk. And it was a calculated but okay risk and all loss. Now it has 3 Seinen, so you'll see that it will take some time to play them, even if he doesn't have much choice. But he's still thinking about all possible outcomes. What can be my opponent next turn? How many cards does he have? Oh, who could have expected this play? Seinen is really good against Deadbloom because it does not need any spell, and so it does not trigger the deflect. And now he's counting what does he need, and he's like, I don't care. So of course his opponent will trade with the Seinen. He knows it doesn't matter because Keisa player still has 1, he saw it, but he doesn't know that he actually still has 2. And by retaking the battlefield, he's still gambling on the fact that the Ravenbloom can keep the battlefield, and I don't think he will retreat it. So now he's using Discipline, and instead of killing the Seinen, he will choose to take out Darius and the Hopeful. Not only does it take out more might, but it also takes out the possibility of plays with the Darius. Because now you're thinking he has the Seinen and potentially a card to enable the Darius. He doesn't know his opponent has 2 Seinen. That is so unlikely. He will conquer with Kiana, draw a card, see what his plays are. Clockwork, 1. I think that was a Deccan, C-mate, and now another Deadbloom. No, I was like, that's weird. No, that was his discard. Keisa player checked a lot of time the discards from both of his opponent. I mean, maybe all of his opponents, but we only saw the semi and the finals from this guy. And he was unreal in terms of level of play. Now he's counting, but he's starting to see the game slipping away again. Oh no, he retreated the Ravenbloom, of course. Always value your unit. Oh yeah, and that's also... Yeah, I said that during the cast, sorry. He knows he has Seinen, so the Ravenbloom can attack with more might, basically. Easy game. And now, again, he doesn't have much plays. He just has to reconquer. But it's something interesting because he knows his opponent has 3 cards and 6 mana, so the best he can do is like 2 disciplines and 1 Vanguard, or like 3 disciplines, or basically +6. So he's counting Kiana with +6 right now, will go to 9 because +8 from his passive, and is at 1 right now. She's at 1 right now. And so he knows if he goes with Seinen plus Ravenbloom, it can just trade. But I would just, there are 2 Zonias here, so that would just put back the Kiana away. And so she would be able to go for the other battlefield potentially. So you would not like that, because that's more might going to the other battlefield. But if you count correctly, if he has anyway those 3 cards, that puts the clockwork up to 8, and is able to reconquer the other battlefield. So he could have maybe picked the idea of protecting all of his units, but I think his other unit and try to hold the other battlefield. But I guess he was like, no, my best play is trying to go right now. My opponent does not have 3 card that protects him, and is going to take the win right now. Incredible plays. This guy was insane. Maybe I'll do a video about the final, I'm not sure. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that was helpful, and I'll try to do more analysis like this. Thank you so much, guys. Take care, and I'll see you next time.